Hello, Women's Network. It's Michelle Curry from Commerce Bank, the Women's Network Chair, here to deliver the February Chair's Corner. So today I wanted to talk about the idea of pushback, whether it's you pushing back on an idea or asking for feedback on maybe a plan or a project and asking, hey, tell me what can go wrong so that we can talk about it in advance. So first I'm going to start by your ability to push back in a team setting. So one way that you can especially be bold is if you are in a meeting or in a project and there's an idea that isn't quite sitting right with you. Most of us choose to be silent because we don't want to go against the group, or we don't want them to think that, their idea is bad in any way. We just have some constructive criticisms that we want to bring to the table. And so I want to encourage you in the month of February to take that opportunity to push back. There is no harm, and perhaps you're saying something that's on the minds of others as well. So I was in a meeting recently where someone was bold enough to say, I don't really agree with you, and here's why. And by opening up that door, we as a group were able to think more creatively and not in just the singular direction that we were heading. We were able to make tweaks, go in the general same direction, but taking into consideration other perspectives of things that we might not have thought about in advance. And then the other part of it is asking for that kind of pushback. If you're in a leadership position, or even if you're not, the best thing you can do is have productive paranoia, and this is a term that's used in Jim Collins' book, Great by Choice. And the idea is, if you are in a project, it's best to think of those situations of what could go wrong. And it's not, having a doomsday point of view about life. It's just saying, let's think about this now so that later down the line, we aren't caught off guard by something that we didn't take into consideration. So another term that you can use is called red teaming. If you are all talking about a project or an initiative, you as the leader or as a peer can say, okay, let's red team this idea. And what this means is, let's think of all the things that could go wrong. Let's think of anything our critics would say and address those issues. What would we do if? So that when you come to the final product or the finish line of where you're going, you will have thought of every single angle and made adjustments accordingly. So that's my message for the month is pushback is not bad. Pushback is good. You create something so much more beneficial at the end of the day. And so whether it's you taking that step to be the bold one to push back, or whether you ask for it in advance, I recommend pushing back at any chance you get, especially if you're on a team that can handle it. That's my message, and I will see you next month.